Domain 4, Professional Responsibilities. Part of our professional responsibilities as educators is growing and developing professionally. Specifically, teachers should initiate opportunities for professional growth and make a systemic effort to enhance content knowledge and skills for not only yourself, but also your colleagues. This is part 1 of 6 in section 4D. Create your own personal learning network. You are in charge of your own professional development, and you need help with this, and you need a network. And some people call them professional learning communities. Using the technology, many people call it a professional learning network, a PLN. A lot of times there's a lot of overlap, but the most important thing is that you're networking and talking to other people to grow professionally. Now, we're going to focus in specifically on one way to do this. There's many, many ways to do it, including face-to-face collaboration with colleagues, attending professional meetings, conferences, but we're going to focus on using Twitter. And one thing that you need to do is organize your tweets. Twitter doesn't make any sense when you get started because you're twittering by yourself. You need to have a reason to Twitter, and I want you to focus on professional development. Put aside everything that you know of all the celebrities and politicians that are making bad choices on Twitter, and just listen to this kind of beginning hook about growing professionally. And then what I'll do is I'll work backwards and kind of get you into Twittering if you're not there already. To organize your tweets, I suggest 2 pieces of free software. One is called TweetDeck, and the other one is called Hootsuite. Both of them have websites as well as apps for your various devices. Then the app connects with your account. So TweetDeck and Hootsuite. I'm going to start here because it begins to make more sense when you start to see it organized in this way. This is an example of my TweetDeck. I use TweetDeck for my organization. So just to give you a sense, you will visit twitter.com to make your account, but I never go back to twitter.com because I use TweetDeck to organize. So the first column, these are all my friends. I don't follow the public timeline, which is just everybody in the world talking about whatever they want to talk about. My people are really just educational technology folks, most of them. Now, the middle column, over to the right, is the mentions. Now, this is not an ego. This is the way that you kind of flag somebody, say, hey, look at this. I want you to make sure you see this tweet. So that person, there was an article that just came out and it had some information about me. And so she tweeted it out. I would never have found that tweet or knew the article was out if she had not put the @ sign and then my username, which is Meg, ORMI. It would have got lost in the sea of tweets. So that's how I was able to see the article. Very exciting. Now, hashtags. Hashtags, I don't know who made it up. That used to be called the £. So whoever made it up, the hashtag is what it's called now. I'm going to try to explain hashtags for you so you understand that. Look across the top. We have a hashtag, KinderChat, then first chat, in the hashtag and first chat, and then second chat. What these hashtags are, these are groups of people that have agreed on their hashtag, and then what they do is every time they make a tweet to that group, then they include the hashtag. So if you are a kindergarten teacher, you really only care about the world of kindergarten. You don't care what they're doing up there in middle school science. So what you do is you would follow just the Kinder chat. Whatever's of interest to you, you can just follow that chat. So what you do is you go to the search. You search for a hashtag if you know it, or you can search for keywords, and then you can focus your professional development. Now, a big part of this standard when you want to become a very distinguished educator is not only you are here doing professional development, but you are actually retweeting things, meaning you found something great and you're sending it out to the group. You're retweeting as well as sharing what you learn with your colleagues back at school. Now, here's some more. Maybe your passion is in STEM. English teachers. Now, it's interesting. English and social studies have partnered together for the month. And so English teachers and social studies teachers are now chatting. The way most of the chats work is there's a certain time every week. So Ed Chat on the far right, every Tuesday in the morning, they chat, and they also chat in the evening, and then the chats are archived. So if you miss it, you can't be there live, you're teaching, you can come back and pull gems from it. It's an unbelievable way to personalize your professional development. And that's the key. We cannot wait for our school districts to bring everybody together in the auditorium a couple times a year. We've got to be learning every single day. That's what a distinguished educator is doing. Now, these are a little bit different. I'm doing some research on the flipped classroom, so I'm following that hashtag. And these people are all people that are trying it or, like me, doing research, and they're finding about the flipped classroom. And so I can focus on exactly what's going on. Now, the column on the right is very interesting. It's actually the Grant Wood Area Educational something in Iowa. They're awesome. And it is a professional development center. And I spoke there a couple weeks ago, but I had the hashtag up because I was showing everybody how hashtags work. But today I was just looking at my hashtags to make the screenshots, and I noticed somebody there is presenting today on literacy. Well, it was so neat as I got to sit back, and she's assistive technology, and she's adding a bunch of literacy stuff in there. I got to sit back a couple states away and watch professional development. And I can't wait to go back. There's some really interesting new learning for me. And then if I find something great, I retweet it and I send it out to my followers that might not be following that hashtag. Now, this is a lot of words. You might have to stop me and start me again to hear all these words in Twitter. It's kind of its own language, but you'll get it. You'd have to try it. Now, remember, you're limited to 140 characters or fewer, but you can always link out. And you can see a lot of people have hyperlinked out to other things. There's just a few of the chats. I'm telling you, there is something for everybody, personally as well as professionally. What I would strongly suggest if you're going to Twitter professionally is you make a professional account. But if you want to Twitter with more social kind of thing, I would make a different account. So I wouldn't blend my two worlds. Some people described it to me as their People magazine reading with one Twitter account and then their education stuff with another account. Whatever it is, you can have multiple accounts. The key is to connect with others globally. In many of our schools, we have 1, 2, 3 people at a grade level. It's hard to get new, fresh ideas. Twitter is my number one source of personal, professional development. Without it, I couldn't keep up with everything. This is interesting. This is the York Dukes, and they are in Nebraska. It's a school district that's committed to showing their professional learning, and they're showcasing it through their hashtag York Dukes, and they are showing, we learned this, we're doing this, and it's been very interesting to follow kind of their journey as they're all learning to be transparent learners. What an interesting term. All right, you got to get started at twitter.com. You've got to make a username and be selective on your username. Make sure it's appropriate if you're going to educate, if you're going to be doing your educational tweets. Pick a good name. All right, then you log in once you get this. Go ahead and log in, and then it's going to look something like this. You're not going to start out with 6,000 followers. You're going to start out with 0. You're going to start out, and you need to find people. And so as you go and look for people, you can go ahead and look up different names you might know in education, and then go ahead and select follow. They give you a lot of choices of things that you can do. The one thing, be cautious, finding friends. They might ask you to go out and go through everybody in your contact list. Maybe not so much. Or go to Yahoo, AOL. I don't suggest this. Kind of skip over that step, and I'll show you other ways to find people. Before you go hunting for people, you want to complete your profile so people know who you are. If not, when you get started on Twitter, the picture they give you is an egg. Change your picture, okay? The egg screams to the entire Twitterverse that you're brand new and you're a newbie. So first, change your picture. This is my username. I use my first name and then part of my last name. My last name's Ormiston. So Meg Ormy is my Twitter name. So you can start following me, and then you can start to see who's sending good tweets, and then you can start following them, and so on and so forth. That's how it really works. Here is my profile. Put as much as you are comfortable with in your profile. It's up to you what you want to put. If you just want to put a region, you can go ahead and do that. It's absolutely up to you. But there, see the picture? No egg. No egg. All right, here's Stephen. He was the York Duke, one of the York Dukes that was twittering. And they Twitter a lot more than I Twitter, constantly sharing different information. But what's great about this, he's a tech integration specialist. I know right there, perfect. He'd be great for my network. If that's not your thing, then you can read the profile and decide that you want to follow them or not. Now, when you follow somebody, you're not getting married to them. If they start posting stuff you're not interested in, you can always block them. No little note goes to them and says, this person blocked you today. So follow people, and then if they don't meet your needs, you can unfollow them. Now, I had to throw this in because I'm always about curriculum and connections. Historicaltweets.com is a website that's just, you deserve a laugh. And what this is 140 characters or less. What would some famous people do? Tweet about. What a fun writing assignment to do with students. So I had to just throw in a little curriculum thing there for you. Just a lot of fun. Now, growing and developing professional is huge if you want to be a distinguished educator. You've got to do it. You've got to try it. When I present this segment, a lot of times people say, I don't have time. I don't have time. Well, if you're a less proficient educator, that's the answer. But if you want to be the best of the best of the best, you need to be growing professionally every single day. And Twitter is just one of the ways that you can grow professionally every single day. Thanks.